Okay, Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And this lesson is going to be a reply to the brother GMS Hawaii Yahweh, the brother Kabar Yahweh out there in Great Millstone, Hawaii. He did the lesson about how Esau puffs at his enemies. It's a good video. Brothers, I advise brothers to check it out. And he was basically going into the breaking news that I believe it happened today, Tuesday, July 2nd, 2019, to where Trump, which we know him to be allies with South Korea, but he was, seen taking pictures and crossing over, I believe they call it the DMZ, into North Korea. Okay, and the brother went into what the lesson says. The title of the lesson says it all. Esau puffs at his enemies. Because Esau, Edom, when you read and just look into Esau's track record, it's either Esau's way or no way. All right, and my take on what the brother had did, on the lesson the brother had did, all right, is like the scriptures say, man. We can't. Hey, we gonna see what comes out of this, man. Because to the world, to the carnal eye, it looks like Esau, so-called white man, all right, Donald Trump, all right, the so-called leader of America, he's beginning to make peace with his enemies, all right, to the carnal eye. But we know, like the brother had said, he had brought out Psalms, the 10th chapter, all right, which actually I'm gonna grab that. So this is Psalms 10, verse 5, going right into the point of the or the title of the brother's lesson. So this is Psalms 10 and 5. His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above his sight. For all his enemies he puffeth at them. All right, and this is talking about the wicked, which the scriptures say in Malachi, the second chapter, the first chapter, that Esau is the border of wickedness. All right, so Esau. Let's look at that word puffeth actually. We can get a better understanding of what that scripture actually means. So this is Psalms chapter 10 verse 5. He puffeth. Alright, so the word puff is pa'ak. I believe that's the word. Salakia. Let me see if I can get in a blue letter. Let's see. Because there's a lot going on in the spirit, man. And, we got to watch this devil. Because we know, according to the scriptures, World War III will happen. According to the scriptures, Esau's allies will get enough of, or America's allies will get enough of America's BS and will drive them into a land barren and desolate. All right? So we have to, remember the scriptures first and foremost, and know that something will happen, all right, to where these nations will get tired of America's BS. So I'm gonna get the blue letter Bible. So I just wanted to look up that word puffeth. I couldn't really understand it on the My Sword app. So this is Psalms 10. Oh, Pawak. Okay, Pawak. Now it says to breathe, to blow, to cause to exhale or breathe, to puff, to snort. Like when you a good example would be David and Goliath. Goliath he puffeth at he puffed at David. He puffed at David in the armies of Israel. He basically was talking shit against him, man. He was talking shit against him. He thought little of them. All right, so it says to puff, to snort, to excite, to inflame, to puff, to pant for it, to breathe out, utter, to blow, to blast. So Esau Edom, all right, which in this case is Trump, which represents America. That's their MO. They puffeth at their enemies, which means basically what? That they can never be equal. They can never see themselves working in in harmony with each other. So we cannot take these recent events seriously. All right, which is the point I'm trying to make. We cannot take these recent events seriously. And with that, I want to get another article that I had just learned about today. Let's see. This one. So it says Trump and Xi, which this guy Xi Jinping is the president of China, agreed to truce U.S.-China trade war. So it says President Donald Trump and China's Xi Jinping agreed to a ceasefire Saturday in their nation's year-long trade war, averting for now an escalating feared by financial markets, businesses, and farmers. So to those of a carnal mind, this is a sigh of relief. But we know something is definitely going to happen because the scriptures say so. All right. So it says Trump said U.S. tariffs will remain in place against Chinese imports while negotiations continue. All right. So basically meaning the ones that were already in motion as far as putting tariffs on, they're already going to have tariffs. But the additional tariffs that Trump was going to put on China, which is the number was like in the billions or something like that, billions of dollars worth of tariffs that they were going to put on China. So it said Trump said U.S. tariffs will remain in place against Chinese imports while negotiations continue. Additional trade penalties he has threatened against billions worth of other Chinese goods will not take effect for the time being, he said, and the economic powers will restart stalled talks that have already gone 11 rounds. We're going to work with China where we left off, Trump said after a lengthy meeting with Xi while the leaders attended the Group of 20 summit in Osaka. While Trump said relations with China were right back on track, doubts persist about the two nations' willingness to compromise on a long-term solution. Alright, because everybody knows, as even the scriptures say, alright, though he humble himself, yet take good heed. Alright, so now it looks like Trump, the devil, alright, this Caucasian man, alright, the wicked, according to the scriptures, is humbling himself. The scriptures say, yet take good heed. Alright, so it says, doubts persist about the two nations' willingness to compromise on a long-term solution. Alright, because when you look at America's history and what they have been doing in recent years, we understand that their treaties and their peace agreements don't mean nothing. Among the sticking points, the U.S. contends that Beijing steals technology and coerces foreign companies into handing over its trade secrets. China denies it engages in such practices. The apparent truth continues a pattern for Trump and Xi, who have professed their friendship and paused protectionist measures only to see negotiations later break down. Alright? So, hey, you can't trust this devil, man. And these other nations know that. Alright? So let's get some more precepts, man. This is Psalms. Let me see if there's more in that Psalms 10. Now that's all I wanted on that. Psalms 55 and 20. Alright, going more into the wicked. Alright. Because, hey, man, everybody's in trouble under the wicked, man. There's no peace. Alright? The scriptures say there's no peace unto the wicked. But you could also say that there's no peace unto the wicked. Like it says in Proverbs 29 and 2. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. Because you got to constantly, be living at on the edge. To what next BS is America gonna push, to hurt not only himself but those around him. All right, the scriptures say he is as death and can't be satisfied. So Esau, things can't go, things can't be so-called peachy keen. There always has to be some type of conflict for Esau to feel good. The scriptures say in Proverbs, I think it was the 4th chapter, how it says he sleep not lest he do wickedness. So this is Psalms 55:20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. And we know Esau Edom is most likely doing this, all right, for a more sinister plan. Okay. Another one. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. All right, because us, the Apostle Paul was, I believe this was Apostle Paul. Yeah, So I'm gonna read it again. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Talking to this is Apostle Paul talking to the church Salakia of Thessalonica. All right, but we can apply it to ourselves as well. Us being the brethren of the faith of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, because we see that this is the time of World War III. All right, we see that this is the time to where these nations are getting roused up, and these nations are beginning to hate the whore. As the scriptures say, I believe in Revelation 17. All right, that they were given into they were supposed to, or they basically under a Babylon spell for so long, but now they basically the Lord is pulling that spell off of them. They're beginning to hate this place. So it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. All right, and we're not in darkness. The spirit is to get more into prophecies for a reason, because these prophecies are coming to pass, like the elder apostle Rachel always says. These prophecies are popping like popcorn, man. Habakkuk 2:1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So spiritually, the Lord is speaking to us through the prophecies that are happening, and we'll watch to see what we will say. All right, are we going to reprove? Are we going to tell the people what's happening, or are we just going to keep it a secret? That's why the elder Zachariah, all right, he pushed that we got to get into more prophecies, like the scriptures say, covered to prophesy. Because what? That's ultimately that's the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. And we claim we know Yahweh Shai. All right, so he's speaking to us. He's speaking loud. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So though it tarry, it gets hot, to where many things that happen, then it slows down. Wait for it, for when it come, it shall not tarry. And we see all these prophecies happening day in and day out, to where there's solar eclipses all around the world at an alarming rate. All right, chariot sightings at an alarming rate. All these things are happening at an alarming rate. All right. So, hey, man, when that alarm bell rings, it's for a reason. All right. You got a smoke alarm, you got the alarm at school for you to, tell you when to go to the next class, man. All right. You have a specific alarm that, an ambulance uses, and it differs from the alarm that that a fire truck uses, man. But all, when these things are coming, man. Because they're very loud and almost like an obnoxious sound. All right, and that's these alarms of World War III. All right, mass pestilences and mass protests. These alarms are speaking loud, man. And we understand what time we in, man. So that was it, man. Just don't get lax or think, don't get lax, but be occupied in prophecy for these things that are happening. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you are can we edified. Shalom to the elect.